So this is like 1998 to 1999. I'm starting off the 10th grade. Once school started, I would send like love letters through Ray and Kenneth to give to Denise because Ray Kenneth and Denise all went to the same school. So I'm slightly tired. Um, During the summer, we used to mail them to each other. Like, wait, like 3 days for it to get inside the mail or whatnot. But since I was going to the same school, it was just a lot quicker or whatever. I remember having to spray the, not having to, I would spray I write a love letter, I put inside the envelope, and then I would spray it with like this Victoria's Secret perfume. I don't know if it's my mom or my sister, didn't matter. I just remember she saying, "Man, that thing is strong." Because when she'll open up in the middle of the class, it would like, I guess it was like the fumes would go through the whole classroom or whatnot. Um, and one time, Ray wanted to go to the jamboree, and he begged his dad like all day, like, "Can you take Jared and I to go to the jamboree at Lagrange?" And I really wanted to go, and but what happened was Denise had called me like I want to say about like 7:30 ish, 8 o'clock, and Ray and his dad was standing outside, because Ray was like, man, he was so excited. He's like, I finally got my dad to bring us um, to the jamboree. And I wasn't used to getting calls from Denise at late because her father was on whatnot. I don't know if they went on a trip or whatnot. And yeah, I just looked at Ray and was like, I won't be able to make it. So I had to go sit and talk with Denise. It was something I could have done the next day because the jamboree only come around once a year. Um, Another time, Megan, not Megan, Denise um, calls me to stay home. I remember Barney called me over because they just got this weird number. It's like a 37-inch TV, but back then that was like huge because most households had like a 20-inch TV. 20-inch TV inside their living room, and like the back rooms had like 13-inch or whatever. But they had this big screen, 37-inch screen TV. And so I'll bring my Nintendo 64 over and we'll play on it and whatnot. For some reason, this jogged into my memory. Uh, he was watching the Notorious B.I.G. video. Yeah, it wasn't Puff Daddy. It was Notorious B.I.G. featuring Puff Daddy and Mace. More Money, More Problems before we started playing. And I don't know why I remember this dumb shit. I just remember Byron looking at Mason, Mace, and pausing to get on him, saying, "Look how stupid he looks," or whatnot. And then we started playing it, and in the back of my mind, I was just like, "Man, what if Denise calls while I'm playing Mario Kart over here?" You know? And so I was like, "Man, I'm about to have to roll." Not knowing if she was gonna call or not. We had so much fun playing Mario Kart, but just wanted to get that phone call. And I remember like a month later, I got a call from Denise, and she was like, "I think we need to break up." I just remember having like this kid's voice in the background, and I want to say it was a cousin that brought us to the movie theater. I don't know. It just seemed like a female, like probably about like 20 to 30 years old, out the background talking. And boy, I was heartbroken. I remember hanging up that phone and damn near going into tears. Yeah, that was my first heartbreak. Uh, this year, I wanted to take school a lot more serious. So my mom set me up with this. Again, she was real heavy on education. She set me up with this upper bound tutoring, and so now I had like no excuse to fail, you know. And I remember meeting Latoya Jones there, and Alexis Lafayette, which is a friend. I want to say they went to either Westlake. No, they went to Sam Houston. Sam Houston, and yeah, they were coming to Upper Bound as well. And Latoya and I exchanged numbers, and we talked quite a bit. Nothing serious, just like as friends. Uh, Another random memory. Um, I know Byron borrowed his sister Dina's black Mitsubishi Eclipse, so he could drive it to school. And this was like a huge event to me. Like I woke up early that morning. He was like, "Tomorrow, I'm taking my sister's car to school. You want to ride with me?" And it was like one of the coolest cars I've seen. You know, it was a black Mitsubishi Eclipse, and I woke up early that morning. I had my clothes like ready, and then I walked to his house so excited, and then we drove to school in a cool car, you know. And I remember he liked the car. I want to say he did, you know, because his email address is like Eclipse, like almost after the car, but I want to say he had like a KEKLIPSE 58 at AOL.com for his like email address. And his football number was 58, so Eclipse 58. Yeah. This summer, starting that summer, Ray Dad took Ray, Kenneth, Ray cousin. I want to say he was from Atlanta, and me to the 4th of July at the Civic Center. He dropped us off, so it was Ray, Kenneth, his cousin, and me all at the Civic Center for the 4th of July. And then as we were walking, like as it ended, whatever, we were supposed to meet. It was like, hey, we're gonna get something to eat, you know. We're gonna walk to the civic from the Civic Center where the firecrackers was at. We're gonna walk to Wendy's. It's like right down the street. And all I remember that this chick, and she put down the window on like, the passenger side and said, "Oh, you so fine." And she said, "Hell, all four of y'all fine, you know, like all y'all fine, whatever, like that." And she was like, someone say, 98, 99, something like 15 or whatnot, 15, 16. You know, she looked about like 20 something. But her cousin that was in the passenger seat name was Dewan. And she was about our age, about like 15, 16 years old, whatnot. And she was like, my cousin inside the passenger seat wants to get your number. And I was so happy after that. Her and I exchanged numbers or whatnot. And then all four of us went to Wendy's, and the dining area was closed, and only the drive-through area was closed. And we was making this joke about walking through the drive-through, whatever, to go and it's like we're not unless you have a car, you can only get food that way. And so needless to say, we didn't get any food. I just remember going home and writing like topics, like I was playing like it was the first time I ever talked to a female, you know, like I guess because like all my other ones, all the other females I talked to, I was pretty quiet, so it didn't really work out or whatnot. I was like, man, I'm gonna be prepared this time, and so I wrote down like questions I was gonna ask her, like the second I called her, you know, and I want to say this is when the Fortunate video came out by Maxwell, which is still one of my favorite songs. And I want to say Genuine had a new video that came out, probably So Anxious or something like that around this song. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I even called Latoya and was like, man, I got this new girl's number. I want to talk to her because we were just friends, you know. She was like, just be natural, just talk, okay? You don't have to write any kind of list or whatnot. And she called. I ended up calling her, the one, the chick I exchanged numbers with, and we clicked. We talked for about pretty much just that day, I want to say. And yeah, it didn't go so well. So her and I just never really talked after that. And I want to say, okay, so the 4th of July, 1999, that was on a Sunday. And I want to say his cousin, Ray's cousin, was spending the whole week there because, like, during that week, we went to the theaters and we would see the, like, I want to say like 3 days, like the Wednesday, probably next Friday. So Sunday to that Friday or that Saturday, whatever. We went to the movie theater to see Wild Wild West in the theaters that was by Walmart or whatnot. And there was this one pretty brown skinned girl with like this curly hair, and she was like let's say like if we were just entering, they were like across the movie theater, like the lobby area, and whatnot, and just so happened, I don't know how, you know, she came up to me by herself. Like she had three other friends with her, but she was just the hottest one. And she came up to me and she was like, "Can we exchange numbers or whatnot?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Jay." And I was like, "What's your name?" She was like, "Sheena." And so she called me like 2 days later, and I was 16 and she was 15, so she was like 1 year younger than me, whatnot. And did she go to? I want to say she went to Westlake High or whatnot, whatever that school is. Maybe Soft Westlake High. Or Protestant, whatever. No matter. And yeah, Westlake High. And so she called me, but when she called me, it was like nighttime. She was like super drunk, like off beers, and she was like slurring her words, talking about how she's getting drunk, whatever. I'm like, this girl's like 15. So I was like, man, I don't want anything to do with any girl that gets you drunk because I don't even drink alcohol. And yeah, I just stopped picking up her phone calls. That summer too, went to San Antonio because I remember because it was 1999 and they were having their what do you call it? World, not World Series, World Championship, whatever, basketball. I don't watch sports, so yeah, that was going on in San Antonio while I was there. And like I remember, like the day before, I want to say this is the year my cousin Demond came with us, and he wants a race. And so I was like, I could beat this dude running backwards, and like I started running backwards, and I ended up tripping and fell and hit my left shoulder on the ground. Yeah, that wasn't smart at all. So my mom brought me to the. I thought I was too old, but she brought me to the children's clinic the next day, and yeah, and that next day was when we actually went to San Antonio. Um, that was my first time ever seeing virtual reality. There was like this little booth set up, but it was like very primitive, like in like the beginning days of about virtual reality. Everything was like just like still green and black or whatnot, and green black these grids or whatnot. But it still felt cool because I was immersed. Nothing like it is today because I'm heavy into VR today, and Ray Ken and I would spend like a whole bunch of hours at the mall inside the arcade. One could say it was called Aladdin's Castle, or Aladdin's Arcade, whatever. And we played in this Soul Calibur tournament, and got washed, got cooked, like in the beginning, you know. Maybe first, second round, got all of us got knocked out. If Kenneth had his skills that he has today, or that he had like 2002, he would have won the tournament. But yeah, that was about that was about it for my 1999.